Oh, hey! Sorry, I didn't even see you there. I was so busy cleaning my shoes. It's raining where I live today, which means it's really, really muddy. My shoes got super dirty. Is it because every time I see a big mud puddle, I just want to jump in with both feet? Yeah, probably. And there were definitely a lot of puddles today. I don't know if it's muddy where you live or not, but do me a favor. Take a look at your feet, and on the count of 3, I want you to yell out if they're clean or dirty, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good job. Now, if you know a thing or two about Jesus, you know he spent a lot of time on earth helping people. He healed people, he brought people back to life, he was kind to people when no one else was, and even once, he helped people whose feet were dirty. That's kind of strange reason to help someone. So how about we try and figure out why Jesus would spend his time on earth doing something like that? Let's take a look at that story. It's in the Bible from John chapter 13, verses 1 to 17. Jesus and the disciples met for the Passover meal. During the meal, Jesus got up, took off his robe, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into the basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around his waist. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus replied, "You do not realize for what I'm doing now, but later you will understand." "No," said Peter, "you shall never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no part with me." "Then, Lord," Simon Peter replied, "not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well." Jesus answered, "Those who have had only a bath need only to wash their feet. You are clean." When he had finished washing their feet, he put on his clothes and returned to his place. "Do you understand what I have done for you?" he asked them. "You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for this is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set an example that you should do as I have done for you. Very truly I tell you, no servant is greater than his master, and no messenger greater than the one who sent him. Now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them." Here's what we need to know about dirty feet back in Jesus' time. People in the Bible days wore sandals everywhere. They didn't have boots or sneakers or tennis shoes or anything like that. They walked almost everywhere they went, so they got very, very, very dirty. Ugh, kind of gross. And because their feet got so dirty, they would often need to wash their feet. Makes kind of sense, right? Especially when they did something special, like get together with their friends, like Jesus and the disciples did in the story. But here's where the story stops being so normal. You see, usually it was the job of the least important person in the room to do the dirty work of washing people's feet. It wasn't a very fun job, so it usually was the responsibility of the servants to make sure everyone's feet got washed. That was normal. What wasn't normal was Jesus, the most important person in the entire room. He volunteered to do a job of the least person. It was not normal for Jesus, the Son of God, the King of Kings, to get on the dirty ground and do something as gross as washing his friends' dirty feet. But Jesus washed their feet anyways. Why? Because he wanted to show his friends that he loved them and that he wanted to serve them. And then did you notice what Jesus told his disciples to do? He told them and us to follow the example and do the same thing. Now, do you think Jesus meant we should literally wash everyone's feet every day? No, that would be kind of weird. But here's what Jesus did mean. He meant we should love people, serve people, and put other people before ourselves. Jesus said in John chapter 13, verses 34 to 35, "A new command I give you, love one another as I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. Over and over again, Jesus tells us to love and serve the people around us. So think about the people you spend the most time with. Family, friends, neighbors, classmates, teachers. These are people who are already in your life who you can serve and help. Instead of thinking about yourself, you can look for ways to help and serve others. Just like Jesus taught us when he washed his friends' feet, we can serve others. So think about it. Who can you serve today?